you'll see each other the next day. But if you're living next door to someone and they're not in for the next week or so,
you're not going to see them, are you?
You're not going to know who they are.
Some of that uni journey has always been. I know a lot of my friends went to uni. As I said earlier, I chose the apprenticeship route years and years ago. I don't know whether it's the right thing or the wrong thing, but it was fun. When you, one of the big things is those relationships, isn't it? And I know lots of people now that have, they're still in touch with their uni friends from years ago, and it works for them. Do you think that's going to be missing, that whole, that camaraderie, or do you think that will still? I suppose years 2 and 3 you can then start to move away if that's the chosen route. But I'm just wondering if you're missing something by commuting. I'm not saying you've done the wrong thing. Tom's looking really concerned now, going, "Oh no, Dave thinks I should have gone to London." I don't.
It just feels like I'm being slated, this one.
Did I say it was going to be an easy show?
You never have done.
No,
never
good.
have done. And it wasn't Owen, it was the gas man.
Oh, right.
It was the gas
Is he not
man.
coming in? No, he's busy. Fair enough. Gas man's tied up. Owen, the gas man got here before you did. I just think they're all kind of wrapped up. There's the whole nightlife and the whole socialising thing, and as you said, the parties that don't actually happen at uni for any worried parents. Don't worry, students. How does that work when you're commuting? I
think it was, for me, my son wanted to visit lots of different universities, obviously, to see the best one that he felt, and it was very much for him. He wanted the whole university experience, and that's what I wanted for my eldest one as well as my middle one, and he wants that experience. So he wants to be able to live in halls of residence. He chose the accommodation, and it's what he wants, and that gives me more confidence because he's more confident to be able to take that step. And part of it is he's very sociable anyway, so he wouldn't find it difficult to make friends. But I think that might be whether it's easier if you're living in halls of residence, if you're shy or quiet. And I don't think these guys are particularly quiet.
Oh, these guys will get on fine if they lived under a bridge, seriously. If you'd met them, there's quite a change from where you were when I met you, weren't you? They were actually, strangely, and I'm not taking any responsibility for this, honestly, I did not create these monsters. You were actually quite quiet.
Yeah. We weren't used to anything like this.
It was really
really strange. Yeah. Really strange.
Oh, do you want to just tell us again what the competition that you won? Plug yourselves. Go on, pick yourselves up, guys.
Plug City, this. Yeah. Right.
I try.
So basically, we were entered into this competition called the TMT Predictions Deloitte Challenge, and the main thing of it was come up with an idea that's something media based and technologically based. So like a smartphone or a smartwatch or anything like that. And we came up with the idea of a YouTube channel, because it's something that everyone can access, and it's a modern way to make money on it. So we did that, and we planned it, and we had to do a presentation. We did one up at the building, the Deloitte building up in the centre, and then we had to go down to London to the head office and do it there. So that as a day was pretty good, because Onka was building up to having a nice day out in London, and we were happy that he finally got to do it. So he loved it.
You had a really good day out in London.
Yeah. It was amazing. So
got to see the Shard.
We went up to the Shard. That if you don't like heights, don't go to the edge. I learned that very quickly.
It's all open up there. Is it all open or is it just all glass?
It's glass and open.
Yeah.
So when you go to the top deck, you're looking at glass, but you can feel the wind because it's open at the top.
Oh, that's got to be awesome. I mean, I hate heights. I'm really scared of heights. It has to be said, but something you just have to do, don't you? And that's got to be one of them.
Yeah. But yeah, we did that, and we've taken it from there. We've actually got the channel. Well, we had the channel up. It's ended now.
Yeah.
Did you have a big send off and a big footboo goodbye?
We tried as hard as Onka tried as hard as he could to edit it, to make it as big as a send off.
Did you make them look good?
We had 5 seconds of credits. That was it.
That's a bit like this show.
What a song.
Oh yeah, you put in a song. It was good for you.
Yeah.
But we've done that, and we've taken it from there. We've got our programme coming up on this, and quite frankly, it's been amazing. for all of us, and we've all benefited from it in one way or another.
I can vouch for that. The change has been. How's the Yonker leg?
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. Yeah.
Do you want to explain the Yonker leg?
The Yonker leg was nerves, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, he stood there in this lineup, and they all kind of stood there. None of them knew how to wear a suit, so they were a bit kind of. And Onka had this twitch, and it didn't stop. His leg just twitched and twitched. So over the course of 2 or 3 weeks, we kind of focused on the Onka leg, and it's worked, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's worked.
It's pretty good. I don't notice it so much these days. So they're doing well.
It's because he's sitting down.
I know, exactly, yeah. He stands up, the whole body now twitches, the leg stays perfect still. But I think it was a huge... I mean, for anybody going into sort of students and stuff like that, if you get a chance to take on these things, it might seem like you're giving up some of your time, and you are, but I think the rewards that you pick up off of it are phenomenal. As I say, these guys just complete. They were so quiet. You know, doing something like this would have put the fear of God into them, and now they're going to have their own show, and you know, there's no stopping them. I'm sure this won't be the only place you end up with a show if that's what you want. I mean,
personally, I want to do wherever I can.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't mind it if I had to do it with the people that we did this project with. Mm-hmm. And there was 4 people apart from myself that we did it with, and there was no better 4 people to do it with, and to come up with this creation, and to actually get our idea out there. There was no better people for me to work with, because it felt like one of the tightest groups I've ever been part of, and to know that we're continuing it is even better. We're going off to university. Some people are, some people aren't, but every Saturday we'll be back. And we'll keep in touch, and that's the best bit.
I suppose, having something like this on the Saturday, I suppose it does draws you back together again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I think you can see you've got a really good future in front of you. All of you guys are going to go on and do well, which is great, because I kind of feel like I was there at the beginning.
We'll never forget.
Tom, I ain't going to let you.
Not now, you've ruled me in.
I am definitely going to make sure I keep in touch with these guys. So, how often do you hear from your kids when they go off to uni? Does it change across the course of the 3 years?
I don't know if girls are better at keeping in touch anyway than boys are generally, or is that?
I think that's about right, actually. Boys tend not to keep in touch.
No, so having 3 boys, it tends to be by texts anyway now. My eldest one is not the best for coming back to things unless he wants something, generally. But Josh, who's going off in September, he's very good actually. He does sort of stay in touch, and he, as I say, he's quite a home bird. So I would imagine, but it's all by text and emails and.
Does social media make it easier or hard?
It makes
I don't
it
know.
easier to make sure they're still alive.
Yes, you get a ping back every now and then. Says, I'm still breathing.
Exactly.
I mean, because I know I've got family sort of scattered all over the world, and we tend to Skype at Christmas and stuff like that, which is great. It saves on airfare and all sorts of other issues. But I'm guessing. Well, I know my eldest moved down to Bristol probably 3 or 4 years ago now. It might have been more than that, actually. Oh, how bad is that? I can't actually remember when he left. Oops. I remember when he comes back, because he breaks something every return. Honestly, he does. And he moved down to Bristol, and he copes just fine. He's down there with his fiancée, and everything's lovely, and they got a puppy and a house, and his car had a major brake failure pulling into work, and he dealt with that fine. Didn't even know about it until 6 weeks later. Like he ran into the side of the building almost. It was hilarious. And he rings up, or I think his mum actually rang him at some point, and eventually started, the brakes failed on the car. And so we don't hear about things like that. We didn't hear about the moving house, really. They did ring us up and say, we're moving to a nice place, but that was about it. They changed the car, didn't hear anything, so they just get on and cope with all life's problems. Apart from when they go to Tesco's and they want to do roast potatoes or something like that. Because he rings us up and said, you brought some frozen roast potatoes years ago. They were lovely. What ones were they? Were they the ones in the silver bag or the blue? I can't read the names. It's just got to be a blue bag or a silver bag. And it's like, really? So you cope with all of life's problems, but that doesn't go as far as roast potatoes. Yeah, and I think that's what boys are like. I think boys are like that in general. Girls, I think, tend to go to uni and not come home. I think at the end of their time, and basing this entirely on my sort of social circle and the friends that I know, but a lot of them went off to uni, met somebody up in uni, didn't really come home after that. They kind of just moved in and stayed there. I think, I don't know whether boys do that more than girls. I would have thought off the top of my head it should have been boys that do it more, but I'm not convinced that's true. If you're one of those people, by the way, let us know. We want to know. Tell us if you fell in love at uni and didn't come home. Please let us know. Your parents are very worried. No. But if you can let us know, that'd be great. We want to hear your stories on transition. That's what the show's all about. For those of you who just joined us, you're listening to Secular Sounds, community radio for Milton Keynes, and today we are talking all things uni, I suppose, all things A-level. Tom, did you have a fallback if something went wrong? Not that it was ever going to, because I completely have total faith in you.
You sound it.
Yeah.
That another thing was...
Ronnie's car wash is just down there. I'm sure they'd be hurrying.
It's fine. I've got them sounded out. No, it was a case of, until it happens, then I'll deal with it.
Yeah.
I probably should plan things a lot more
How
in
can
advance.
you?
But
How can you line up a job?
You don't want to say I commit to something and then, I can't do it because my first plan's working.
No, I got my job, I'm sorted, I'm out of it. Yeah, it's a bit tough, isn't it? Onka?
So it's just,
Well, when you apply for uni, you have like a backup choice. So I made sure, say that I didn't get to Coventry, I had a backup choice, which I'll definitely get in.
Right. And that's based on what your the exams that you're sitting in.
yeah.
But something that's really safe. Yeah, like,
Or you have to go through clearing or something.
This year's funny, isn't it? This year, haven't they removed the cap on how many people universities can bring in? Because, as far as I'm aware, there used to be a limit, and you weren't allowed to oversubscribe your course. And from what I was reading this morning, which was very briefly before I came down here, it reads that now you can do just that. So you can bring in as many people as you like. So they're saying more people than ever have got accepted to uni.
I don't think they've got as many. Certainly, when my eldest went 3 years ago, it was the first time they went to £9,000.
Yeah, scary, isn't it?
And they certainly relaxed when people didn't get the results because they didn't get as many applications.
Yeah, well, you're
the
talking of a
costs,
commitment now, aren't you?
It's tripled, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So whether it still affects, I don't know really. But
it's. Oh, I've got to play this. Sorry, I'll play this in a second. Yeah, Tom, did you... You'll see what it is in a minute. Onka, sorry.
that was a very fiendish laugh.
Well, it was, but
I cannot wait for this.
I've just realised that probably only two of us in this room, probably one of us in this room, are actually going to get this, and I'll have to explain it. Actually, while we everything, Onka, I'm really sorry, but... Okay, that wasn't the... Oh, look, there's somebody at the door. Could you go and let them... No, that should be, hopefully, the guys from Team Matters who are due in at 5 o'clock. Onka, that was just for you.
Yeah.
That was the first minute and a bit of Foot Tapper from the Shadows. So I think you should set that up as a ringtone now and go with that. I think the transition to uni is tough. And I think we can say safely from this that it's tough for both sides, isn't it?
it is, because you're so used to knowing what your child does every day. You know, they go to school, they come home, you know if they go out, where they're going to go, who their friends are.
Yeah.
And that independence that they suddenly have, where you don't